Stay tuned with Modern Group of Institutes, Alvasa, Indore. Welcome to all my listeners. This is Mitesh Sachdeva, Assistant Professor, Modern Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Alvasa, Indore. The slides is prepared for B.Pharm students of 4th semester, Unit 2nd. The topic is conservation of medicinal plants. Subject is pharmacognosy and phytochemistry first. So there is a saying of Mahatma Gandhi that what we are doing to the forest of the world is but a minor reflection of what we are doing to ourselves and to one another. So with this, we are starting the topic conservation of medicinal plants. So in today's life, when we are busy with our daily work and there is a lot of pressure, it is necessary that we should plant some trees or we should conserve some beneficial plants or beneficial species so that they should be useful or they should be useful for our coming generation, or they should be seen in the future by our coming generation. With this, I'm starting with the introduction of conservation and why we are doing the conservation. What is the meaning of conservation for the medicinal plants? So in introduction, we can see that in India has one of the richest plant medical cultures in the world. Herbal plants that have been used by Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and Tibetan system of healthcare faces an uncertain future due to over-exploitation. So as we know, there is the old Indian culture that our ancient or our ancestors was using herbal plants or medicinal plants for treating the diseases. And it is already protocoled or already mentioned in certain olden books called Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani or Tibetan system of medicine. But due to the overuse of these medicinal plants, there is certain plants which are not in the larger quantities, or they are under the extinction conditions. So conservation is about preventing. So what is conservation? We can say conservation is about preventing damage and loss to our cultural heritage. Now, how can we conserve the plants or these reducing species? So there are certain activities which comes under the conservation of medicinal plants, and that is preservation, restoration, examination, documentation, research, advice, treatment, training and education. So these are the different activities. Undergoing through these activities, we will be able to conserve our plants which are reducing day by day. So next, need for conservation. Why it is required, that why this condition comes that we have to conserve the medicinal plants or useful herbal trees or plants. So there are different reasons. First, over 1.5 million practitioners of Indian system of medicine in the oral and codified streams uses medicinal plants in preventive, promotive and curative applications. Second is, medicinal plants are potential renewable natural resources. They are renewable natural resources. Hence, it is necessary to conserve them. Several medicinal plants have been assessed as endangered, vulnerable and treated due to over-harvesting in the wild. And the third reason is because there are certain medicinal plants or certain crude drugs, herbal plants, which are vulnerable or which are endangered, that is reducing day by day, or whose existence is going to be finished. So it is necessary to conserve those useful medicinal plants. And the fourth is, while the demand for medicinal plant is increasing, Since people nowadays like to treat themselves with some natural remedies, they used to take some natural herbal drugs to cure any disease, and therefore there is excess need of medicinal plants, and for this their survival in their natural habitat is undergoing threat. So now what is endangered species? So endangered species, or the species which we are conserving, is divided into 4 types. Rare species, the species which we have conserved is rare species, vulnerable species, endangered, and critically endangered. So what is the rare species? These are the species with small population, restricted geographically, with localized habitats. They are not in immediate danger of extinction. They are reducing, but they are not in the immediate danger of extinction. Their quantity is decreasing day by day, and they are restricted to certain limited areas as from where they are being habitated, or they have been indigenous of the particular area. These are called as rare species, which are available in small or rare quantities. Next is vulnerable. So vulnerable species are under threat of our actually declining in number. These are decreasing day by day, and the example of such medicinal plants is Vilva, the biological name is Aglae marmelos. Dhanti, the biological name is Baliospermum montanum. Endangered, next is the endangered species with low population number that are in considerable danger of becoming extinct. These are the species which are under the danger of being extinct, or they may be reduced some or another days. So the example is Brahmi, Bacopa monerea. Critically endangered, when a species is facing an extremely high risk of extinction in wild in the immediate future. So the necessity, or it is the risk factor for such type of plants, that maybe they will be under endangered condition, or maybe their extinction will be like to reduce. The example is Pushkaramolam, and the biological name is Inula racemosa. What is the extinct? Species which cannot be found in areas where they recently been inhabited. Example of such species is Dorsera indica, Erva vegeti, Asparagus rotleri, Maduka insines. Now, what are the different causes of extinction? Why does this extinction take place? So the major cause of the extinction is reduction of forests. Now, there are the 2 main reasons or 2 main features why the extinction occurs. The first is due to forest depletion, reduce in forest areas, and the second is maybe sometime environmental factors are responsible for the extinction conditions. So if we go under forest depletion, these are the different factors which are responsible for reducing the forest in India. That is direct human pressure, cattle ranching, fuel wood consumption, disturbances in the ecological system and diversity, commercial logging in forest. It is because of the use of wood or use of trees, wood for different industrial activities, maybe due to some fuel wood consumption reasons, or as the forests are cutted and people are migrating towards the forest for their houses and homes, that is cattle ranching. These are the few reasons why extinction occurs. The other factors are environmental factors, sometimes pollution, excess of industrial pollution, vehicle pollution, water pollution is responsible for decreasing certain species. Acid rain, which is also again a cause of pollution. Illegal export and trade. So that is illegal export and trade. People are cutting the trees for their illegal use. Greenhouse effect, agricultural intensification. These are the environmental factors. Now, there are few examples of Indian endangered medicinal plants. So, Indian endangered medicinal plants are Artocarpus hirustus mauritius, Baleospermum montanum, Euphorbacea, Calophyllum epithelum, Eleusaceae, Dipetrocarpus indicus, Dipetrocarpacea. Similarly, Ephedra gerardiana, Ephedraceae family, Gariciana, Clusiacea family, Rolfia serpentina, Woodfordia frusticosa, antibacterial. Now, these are the different methods how should we conserve the medicinal plants. These are the medicinal plant conservation strategies. So, it is in situ conservation, ex situ conservation. Basically, in situ and ex situ is responsible for reduction of anthropogenic pressure and rehabilitation of endangered species, propagation, domestication, crop variety breeding. What is the in situ conservation? So, conservation at the site of their occurrence. The plants where they are indigenous to or where they are occurring, their tropical regions are used for their conservation. They are achieved through establishment of number of MPCAS in biogeographical zones of India in cooperation with state forest departments. State forest departments are playing important role for conservation of these medicinal plants which are in high use under the number of with the help of MPCAS. What is the MPCAS? It is a committee used for the conservation of medicinal plants. It includes biosphere reserve national. So the government use biosphere reserves, national parks, scared sites, scared groups, etc. Most medicinal plants are endemic species and their medicinal properties are mainly because of the presence of secondary metabolites that responds to the stimuli in natural environments and that may not be expressed under culture conditions. So there are certain medicinal plants whose secondary metabolites are used for the therapeutic effect. So such plants, in such plants, secondary metabolites are conserved under some culture, using some cultural cultures. Now, what is ex situ conservation? So ex situ conservation involves conservation is done outside of natural habitat. So it is done outside the natural habitat or natural region of the plant. It is achieved by raising nurseries, seedling supplies, plantation material. Vegetative propagation method involves the plantation material. By establishing botanical gardens, medicinal plant gardens, seed banks are made, in vitro methods like tissue culture. So these are the different ways by which we can conserve the plants, and these different activities is called as ex situ conservation. Now, action taken by government: identify high diversity areas. First of all, we have to identify the high diversity areas of medicinal plants, species threatened by genetic erosion or over exploitation, and areas prone to natural or man-made calamities. Select support from the local communities and traditional healers in the inventory of medicinal plant and indigenous knowledge. The third action is establish field gene banks and botanical gardens for rare or endangered medicinal plant species and conventional preservation facilities for storable seeds of medicinal plants. The fourth is collect and document information, one medicinal plant and indigenous knowledge. Now, there are the different methods of preservation are divided according to the type of germ plus. Storage of seeds. How can we store the seeds? So the first type is orthodox type. It includes small seeded grain, crops and vegetables, and it is done by three methods: long-term storage conditions of 12 degrees Celsius and 30% RH relative humidity, perpetuation of seeds stocks. 30 to 50 years should be the time till which the seeds can be stocked. Medium term storage 1 degree Celsius and 40% relative humidity. Short-term storage is 10 degrees Celsius is maintained and 40% relative humidity. Next method is recalcitrant types. Seed cannot be stored under low temperature and low humidity conditions. Example, cocoa, logan and lychee. Here seeds are stored in low temperature ranges for short periods such as 1 to 5 years only. The disadvantage of this method is loss of seed viability and poor germination rate. These are the advantages of recalcitrant types. Now, conservation of plants by clonal materials. So these are the different methods by which we can conserve the clones of medicinal plants: by tissue culture method, by genetic modification, disease resistant plants, pest resistant plants are conserved. Cryopreservative in liquid nitrogen, botanic gardens. These are the different ways how can we conserve the plants by using their clonal materials. Disadvantages of ex situ method is represent a narrower range of genetic variability than that occurs in the wild. Species conserved suffer genetic erosion and depend on continued human care. Our college, Modern Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, every year organize a plantation day on Pharma Week. There is a small stepping stones to for success. Thank you. We should plant a plant so that as we know, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So think for future, think for your coming generations. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned with Modern Group of Institute. Please